Tēnā koutou katoa, everyone, and welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions. I'm your host, Mucky Hope, and oh my gosh, the night is finally here. The night where I get to talk to my two best friends in the world about one of my favorite shows, but one of the craziest weeks I think we've ever seen in Australian Survivor history. And I'll start off, as always, with the beautiful, most loveliest lady on the right. You know, I don't know what I would even do without it. Even before I tapped live, she was telling me, Mucky, tap live. Mucky, tap live. Mucky, 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 hurry up and go live. I don't know where I would be in live if I didn't have this amazing, wonderful lady. Everyone, please welcome the great Michelle. Michelle, how's it going?
Hello, hello, hello. Good, good. I thought I'd actually bring on this thing that someone made me once. I'm just going to channel Brooke and spin everything on this podcast. And this is courtesy of Mel Sheehan, who is in the fan group on Facebook. I love it. It hangs in my bathroom. Didn't know where else to put it. So it's in my bathroom and husband doesn't care. Kid's like, whoa, but that's, where else do you keep a immunity thing?
See, Richard was so scared he had to go.
I know.
He was just like, I see all the power from Michelle. I gotta go. Well, Richard was here. Unfortunately, he has just left. But I do also have my own individual immunity necklace, Michelle, from San Juan del Sur. San Juan del Sur.
This is what fans do. We have crazy props in our houses, you know.
Well, you see, this was actually the very first thing I ever bought when I first moved into my apartment. Because I was like, I want this to be Mucky, you know? And I've always low-key loved San Juan del Sur as a season. It's always been like what is like your favorite season, right? It can't be Australian, it has to be American. What is your favorite season that like isn't a popular one? That isn't like for example, I love Survivor Game Changers.
My favorite is the popular one.
Right, but
the one that often comes first or second.
Right, but my number one has always been Survivor Game Changers. Caramoan is up there too. Love Caramoan. We had a bit of a Three Amigos moment this week as well. And also, as Tez says here, welcome Tez to live. San Juan del Sur, Natalie Anderson. She's not my favorite winner. However, I do love San Juan del Sur as a season. And so,
but Natalie Anderson is my favorite winner. Wait a minute. Is that the right Natalie? The one who was on Amazing Race?
Yeah, she was on the Amazing Race with this Mr. Nadia.
They're one of my favorite winning teams on Amazing Race. Correct, yeah.
Oh, crazy. Anyways, everyone, please welcome the great and amazing Richard as well. Richard, how's it going?
I'm doing good for the most part.
Really you're very quiet.
Oh, hang on. Give me 1 second, Richard.
We need to turn him way up.
All right, Richard, start talking.
Is it working better?
You're still a little bit quiet, my friend.
Let me just try switch accounts, and then I'll be back in like a second.
All right, sounds good, bro. Sounds good. Right, we'll see 1 second.
And getting back to the question, my favorite season is Pearl Islands. It's always up there. And Heroes versus Villains, the original. Yes, they're my favorites.
Yeah. Right, how's it going, Richard?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Better?
There we go. He's back, baby. He's back.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Funny. Yeah.
It's quite funny. I can still see your other account literally like in the bottom thing of the stream.
Yeah. It's like two Richards.
Your hand moving around. Yeah. So funny. But anyways, let's welcome a few legends in our chat though. Survivor Twist, as always. Let's go Mucky. I don't want the season to end. Me too, man. I'm enjoying the season. And from Mad Dog Gabe himself, we had a great week again. This day of a Three Amigos fight with Brooke Keeley, fake autoplay. Absolutely. Well, Michelle, is this up there with one of the best newbie seasons in Australian Survivor? Or one of the best seasons, like, period?
Gosh, if we had to rate it in our 12, I'd put in the top half, yeah. Not way up there because there's the caliber of seasons there is really strong.
Yeah. And how about you, Richard? Like, what's the sort of feelings on the season so far?
Yeah, I think it ranks up there because I think the players came to play. I mean, I was sad to see Dirty Harry go that early, but it just shows that the players are really here for a redemption story, and that's why they're making big moves so early.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of players with massive moves, we also do have Tears in the live as well. Welcome, Tears. Heroes vs Villains kind of mop us. I don't know, man. I'm low-key enjoying your season a little bit more than Heroes vs Villains, as I would
Ooh.
take. I have, but I think we discussed it together, Michelle.
Yeah.
When we did cover Heroes vs Villains on the season breakdown, where it's like the thing about Heroes vs Villains, it's got phenomenal moments, right? It's got some of the top tier, got some of the best moments you'll find in Australian Survivor history. However, if George isn't there, and if Simon isn't there, it becomes a very mid-season. It's like the season's very heavily carried by
You just can't take people out just because you feel like it. You've got to have them in there.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'm saying 2 people out of 24 carried an entire season. So
they did well.
Yeah, and I do agree. I do think it's way better than Brands vs Brawn 2 as well. 100% agree there. But shall we get right on into this amazing week of episodes here, guys?
Why not?
Why not? Just rip that band-aid off. Just, crack open the milk carton. It's already bloody done. Actually, I don't know why.
I tell you what, it's going to be better than this week's season 50 because of the mess that was. Let's talk about our great franchise.
Yeah, see, we're not here to talk about dog shit. We're here to talk about gold. We're here to talk about glory. That's why this is the Australian Survivor podcast, right? However, Richard, this entire merge so far, right, and it played very heavily this week, was newbies versus returnees. Yes. Are you kind of shocked to see that it took them 3 episodes to get a returning player out?
I mean, not surprising, but like I said, I feel like the players bring different aspects. There's players who've been wanting to work with the returning players, and there's players who've been from the start just wanting to get rid of the returning players, like Cameron. He's just been trying to get these people out to make a story for himself, and it's been working 50-50.
Yeah, well, Michelle, something that we spoke about last week was this still doesn't feel like an alliance to me. It just feels like a group of people with common interests, right? And I think that's totally why this alliance is so easy to fracture. Yeah. Because,
we're not really seeing a lot of them talking together. And this is what's making us feel the way we do. Yes. I think because we're mainly seeing the Brooke Simon alliance talking to each other more and people coming to them, we're not seeing the others talk as a group as much, and so that's making us feel like, it's all a bit bitsy. Maybe they are talking a lot more, but the edit isn't showing that, and it makes us feel like they just banded together for a common cause, but are they going to do enough? If they get to the end, what are they going to talk about? Like if Keely and Brooke go out, what's happening? I think basically Jackson has to win if he gets there.
Or Sally.
Yeah. Well, Sally, yes, because she's been on the bottom of the other tribe for so long. Yeah.
Or Caleb because of the blindside, but who knows?
No, it's Sally all the way, brother. It's Sally all the way, I'm telling you. But
can you imagine if Sally wins?
I'll be the happiest man in the world, honestly. If Sally wins this season, she'll be more of my personal favorite than Eileen.
That's a big call.
If Sally wins this, I'll put her above Eileen. I don't know if she quite reaches Sneaky Steve just yet, but she's pretty close. She's in between Eileen and Sneaky Steve, and that's a very powerful spot to be as well. But like the reason why I think this alliance is so easy to fracture, because you're right, Michelle, with the edit, we obviously don't see everything that happens. We only get an hour of like a 48-hour, sometimes 36-hour show, right? Or timeline. However, we're seeing Simon really build up a good relationship with Jackson and Ben, and even though there's nothing with Mr. Ben that really comes from it, it shows that Simon is at least trying to make a 3 there. Seems like Keely's trying to build something with Caleb. There's potential talk of an all-girls alliance as well. But it just seems like within this massive majority, it's just, let's split the votes. Let's take out the returning players. It doesn't look like that there's a lot of in the alliance plans, because in the 7 you've got to have like a 4. In the 4 you've got to have like a 2, for example, right? You really got to try and break it all down. And obviously there's a lot that we're not seeing, but it kind of seems like that this is a very loosely together alliance to get out the returnees and then kind of see what happens. It doesn't seem like, at least from what the edit's showing, that there's plans within the plans.
Tessa said on the right-hand side here.
Sally has been trying to get them together so hard. But yeah, Sally's been doing a great job. Can I just say, literally at the start of this week, we had Simon spreading misinformation, Brooke and Kelly spreading misinformation, people constantly trying to wind all the newbies up so then they start taking each other. But who's the one person who doesn't fall for that crap? It's Sally! Sally's playing, Sally's almost like the rich, right? Which is playing a great game, but the edit's not showing it, unfortunately. Yeah. And I think that, exactly, Sally was trying to calm down the spooked players. Absolutely. And she's the one really driving the Rocks plan as well. I think if you take out Sally, maybe that side does crack, but it seems like Sally's doing a great job really connecting everyone and solidifying that group.
Of course, yeah.
I do have to say, I think, though, that Simon did a fantastic job getting, Jackson. He tried to get Cam to come over. Obviously, I don't know why he was doing that when Cam wasn't trustworthy the previous time. But yeah, the way he spoke, he was fantastic. It was like a masterclass in Survivor and what you're supposed to do. I loved it.
Yeah. And apparently Sally didn't want any returning players from day 2. So that definitely does kind of show insight to, how she's been kind of playing the game. But yeah, there's a mad plan that's been formed here, Michelle. It's called Plan Day 99, where Simon, he's just on the brink of reaching 100 days. And they're saying openly to his face, right, this is Operation
99.
It was so stressful all Monday. Everyone was on the computer wanting him to get through. Just get through one more night. Just one more night. He had such a fan base behind him. Get through. And everyone, if anyone mentioned Simon's name, we're all like, no, do not mention his name. He's got to get to 100.
Yeah. Well, Richard, I know you are a massive George fan. How did it feel seeing his number one nemesis finally overtake him in something?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good underdog story. I mean, talk about redemption, right? Lasting more days than the person who's made your Survivor days miserable, right? Yeah, I'm sure Simon's gonna take it as a good sport, and boo-hoo, George, for now, because I think he's gonna come back at some point.
I mean, most likely will.
Yeah.
But as Gab says here, why did someone reveal he was on day 99? These newbies just want the returning player blood. That just made him a juicier target to them.
Totally.
I think he definitely did forget that Australians are ruthless. I think even Cerise said it on Australia versus the World, where she's scared of playing with Australians, because they just
They take you out on your birthday, don't care.
Yeah, they blindside you on your birthday,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh, yeah. Aussies, they do not care. They're ruthless. But Michelle, we do get I wasn't really too sure how to feel about it actually, because it's kind of heartwarming, but then also I was so ready for Simon to win. Where during that endurance challenge, it's between Simon and Loz, and Loz is begging and pleading. What's it with these bloody newbies who keep on asking Simon to throw challenges? It's been a consistent trend throughout the season, but Loz is begging Simon to let her win this challenge, and if he does it, she'll give up the necklace and give it to a match rival. Would you have done this?
If I'm Simon, I'm not getting down. I don't care how much someone begs me. That's it.
Never.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're guaranteed if you're actually wearing the necklace. God.
What gamble?
Yeah. How about you, Richard? Are you ever stepping down for anyone like
Never.
this?
No, I think the common understanding would be it's a competition and everyone needs to put their best, and if your best isn't enough, then that's it. This element of begging, or that season with Mariah and who's that lady?
Charlie.
The one who said, "I'm pissed" from Survivor USA.
Liz.
Where the two players were helping each other to beat the other one. It's I don't know. It stops being a competition at that point. So, whoever wins. It's an individual competition at the end of the day.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it really does depend on the person. let's say if it's you, Richard, because obviously I'm a challenge beast and you're not, you know. Yeah, this is how it go. But like, yeah, it's like if we're like locked in, like 2 and 2, then like maybe I would because you're also my mate, you know. But then again, but then again, I'll never get in that position, Michelle, because I would be the greatest first boot of all time. So I know you're giving me a very judgmental look, but it's never.
Don't get down. You don't give in. Don't give in.
I don't know. But
I'm not sure if you guys remember on Immunity Island, Kieran and was it Tyson and Anesu were both doing the pole challenge, hanging there, and they were discussing who from the 3 of them should win because they were all 3 aligned. Yeah, so I guess it could work.
Yeah, exactly. Mucky, most memorable future first boot. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Francesca.
And if he didn't win immunity, Brooke would have gladly sacrificed him. Well, spoilers alert. They kind of does happen at the end of this week. But it's a very interesting episode, Michelle, because it just goes round and round. Newbies are going to split the votes between Brooke and Keely. However, not only does Keely have that idol, she actually got the perfect fake idol from the Redemption Beach as well. And Brooke helps her to add like a chain to it and stuff. It's like a slightly different color, but you know, if that flashes that tribal, people might not question that.
I thought it was the best made idol that's ever been, fake idol that's ever been made. I mean, look, it was amazing.
David has competition.
Well, I actually messaged David and I said, sorry, this is the best idol there's ever been made. And he went, oh, okay. I'm sorry. It was.
Yeah, only you, Michelle, would have the balls to message David being like, yeah, your fake idol's nothing compared to Keely's fake idol.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, absolute nuts. But, Richard, what do you think when this tribal's going down when it's so, like, out there in the open that, like, Brooke and Keely might be getting the votes and they start whipping out their idols and shit just goes everywhere?
I mean, I think it was a good idea. But I think the idea of having both idols revealed before the vote sort of, put them at risk because if people look at those idols side by side, they can clearly tell which one is real, which one is fake.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's the only spoil to the plan, but anything else was perfect. Yeah.
Brooke could have brought hers out. That was fine. But Keely shouldn't have brought hers out. So Brooke should have worn hers. Keely kept hers in, and then when the votes were going to be read, both get played.
Well, no, I think the thing is that because if one person reveals they have an idol, it's still kind of like, well, it's fine.
For the other one.
We've got the votes on the other. I think they both needed to show their idol in order to create any kind of stuff up, right?
Or for a third person to be voted for, which was
Yeah, which was Blanche, but we'll talk about it in a hot second. But yeah, what do you think of this plan, I guess, mid-tribal, Michelle, where Jackson's going to call Brooke's bluff, and Ben is trying to change the split vote onto Blanche. What do you think of this whole sort of mid-tribal scramble we're going on here?
I don't understand why they targeted Blanche. Why wouldn't they target, I don't know. I don't know why. Why not a bigger player? I thought that was silly.
Yeah.
There was just a few mistakes. Why target Blanche? Don't have two idols out at the same time. There was a bit of messy play. They could have done it a little bit better.
Well, I just think that. I'll start after you, Richard.
Yeah, I think Ben said before the plan happened at camp that they felt like everyone in the alliance had agreed that Blanche is a bit what's the word? Not as connected to everyone else. So if there were to be a plan or someone to be voted within their alliance, the agreed name was Blanche. That's why they easily all agreed to do the split on her, which was unfortunate because she was really loyal to that alliance. But they just saw her as expendable, unfortunately.
Yeah. And, I did think it was a really great play by Ben and Jackson to get both Keely and Brooke to show their idols next to each other. Yes. And I think Jackson caught on to it. They're like, yeah, it's a fake. And it's like, why not at that point do you just go, you know what? Like, yeah, it's a fake. Because it seemed like that Miss Ben was like kind of believing it was a fake too. But then again, it's hard because he knows he's getting voted for. right? So yeah, it must be really hard in that position to really go full on balls of steel. You know, unlike Keely though, you know, Keely playing the actual idol on Brooke, that was a true balls of steel moment as well. And yeah, as Gabe says here, I didn't mind the blame sacrifice from Ben's perspective. He's out to save himself with a backup plan. Yeah, 100%. 100%. But Michelle, we lost Blanche.
I know.
Can you believe it? We lost Blanche.
Oh, such
so
a
gutted.
live wire. And you know what? She wasn't really represented very well. Her edit wasn't fantastic. And I loved her because she represented, you know, the
generation.
Older women who are mums and are still so capable of winning challenges and things like that. That's why I loved having her around. She wasn't one of these older women who just sort of sat around and didn't have a chance in any challenges or didn't really do much in the challenges. She was in there. She was strong.
Yeah.
She was, her high kick is deadly. It was a bit sad.
Yeah, she loves peanut butter sandwich.
She does. She really does. And obviously, Michelle, we've both had the greatest opportunity to have met Blanche, right? And she's a fun person. She's so wild, so fun, so energetic. I don't really know why she was purple. Like, I guess it's because she just wasn't part of the main story or the big story, I guess. But I don't know, because I know that at one of the tribals, I think it might have been the one when Mark went home, I think, or the one before, I was chatting with Blanche, and yeah, she told me that apparently she blew up a brook at tribal, and they had like a clashing kind of moment at tribal, and it wasn't showing. It's like that would have been great, you know, whether if you're editing Blanche up as like a foe for Brooke, because obviously Brooke's been, you know, edited as an underdog right now, right? Like that would have been a great opportunity to make the returnees more of an underdog. See, look at how far on the bottom they are. But yeah, really sad to see Blanche go. As Gabe says here, Australian Survivor loves their men butt shots, but Blanche got the boob shots this season. Yeah, her boobs got more screen time than her.
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah. And as Gabe says here, you don't really lose much losing Blanche and gets rid of someone who was in the passenger crew. They were already planning for Ben and Jackson out once returning players are gone. Yeah, I think it was like, it's interesting because I don't know, Michelle. Was Blanche the right one for Mr. Ben to go for?
Sorry, Gabe, I'm going to have to disagree because Blanche was giving a lot in the challenges. Loz only stepped up in this last week. I think it would be the opposite. I think we wouldn't lose much losing Loz rather than losing Blanche because I don't know. Blanche was featured more. We haven't seen Loz either, which is really sad.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. And it's like, I feel like, what is your end goal, right? Who are the people you're dragging with you to the end? Because it definitely seems like from Ben and Jackson's perspectives that they're at the top of the tribe, right? So who are they crunching down to a 3, crunching down to a 5, etc.? And yes, like, you know that Loz and Cameron are a pair, right? Why not just take one of them out, freeze up the other one to sort of like stay with you kind of thing? But no.
And why aren't we seeing more of Sally's discussions with people? Because we're seeing Ben's and Jackson's, like it's very male oriented at the moment. We're not seeing anything. I mean, the girls are obviously talking because they're not standing around and doing nothing. And Sally's not being featured and Loz isn't being featured.
Yeah, and a comment here from Gabe, which I actually do think is probably more spot on. Loz does seem to have more social connections, but Blanche was shown as an outsider.
True.
That might be the biggest reason why maybe she was so easy to, you know, to dump some split votes on at the last second. But it really sucks to lose Blanche, isn't it?
The season's edit is a bit weird because now even thinking about it, I can't figure out who's going to win now because, you know, the only two maybe top contenders is like, what?
Yes.
It's so confusing.
Yeah. And here we go. Blanche and Ben apparently had some beef. Oh, the secrets are coming out now. Spill more, Tiz. Spill more. But so that and probably being more on the outsider. Yeah, that might be the reason why maybe Blanche had some why she copped the votes that round. But yeah, really sucks to lose Blanche here. I thought she was, she's a really great person. I'm so privileged to have to have had the chance of getting to meet her. But
Yes.
if we get back to Camp Michelle, because something else we didn't talk about, Simon threw a vote onto Brooke here.
Yes.
Moment.
I mean, both of them know they can't both go together. They know that they've got to take one of them out. So, he just tried to get her before she got him.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, another spoiler for for what was to come. But
But I think it was more of a survival thing than a betrayal, because they just told him on the spot at tribal vote Brooke, and he thought maybe that was his only chance of.
Yeah. Well, something that I have kind of noticed, and I know that throughout the time of Heroes vs. Villains, George did a really great job painting Simon as like the enemy. So a lot of the newbies who were with George also ended up hating Simon as well. But even when Simon wins the immunity challenge on his day 100, people seem like annoyed and mad that he won the challenge. It's like, what has Simon got to do?
Yeah,
but like, what has Simon got to do to be loved for once, so Michelle? I feel like everyone doesn't like Simon. Everyone's always gunning after him.
They just want to get him or Brooke out, and one of them keeps winning. So it's annoying for them because it's not easy. Yeah. They want it to be easy.
Yeah. But they keep stuffing up the plans themselves, though, Michelle. That's what's so funny. It's like they keep on wanting these people out, but then like they keep stuffing up their own plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what's that, Richard?
What do you guys think of Simon's speech? You guys are chasing redemption. You guys are chasing what? You guys are chasing my immunity necklace. I'm chasing redemption. I was like,
I thought that was so funny.
A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people thought he was up himself. I'm like, no, you're fine. No. Why can't you make a speech? Like, seriously, if we have to put up with Probst rapping and carrying on about bacon, like, seriously, Simon is playing. He can actually make a speech.
Exactly. And it's such a special moment as well, and it's like you win immunity, you're getting your torch snuff, let the player have their moment, it's fine. It's a massive high. And it's like Simon knows, like, if he loses, he's going to be like copping some votes as well. So let him have his moment, But I thought it was pretty funny though, especially Sally's face. Oh my gosh, did you see Sally's face? so beautiful. Once again, Sally, top tier player, one of the best to ever play Australian Survivor. Straight up, she's doing absolutely. Look at
She's doing well. I'm going to call her top tier because she hasn't had to test herself yet. So we can't say top tier because she's not been up against it. She's been up against it a little bit when she was in the other tribe, but not like some of these hardened players that have had to like come back again and again and again, like Simon.
Well, I got to say, Sally's playing a phenomenal game because even in All Stars, when David had reached this point, he was targeted so much, right? Sally's not. It's all up here. Just saying. She's a better player than the Golden God. But anyways, moving on. Really interesting episode once again, Rich, because they're once again planning a vote split. 3 on Brooke, 3 on Kelly, and I feel like we've seen this story before. It's foolproof. No one's gonna flip. Jackson is so on board. Ben is so on board. All the newbies are on board. It's like, Keely's, she's with the returnees now, so if we lose her, it's fine as well. How did this all go wrong?
I think everyone was shocked, except the person that actually made the flip, because it was such a live tribal. Everyone was discussing all the different options, but I was gobsmacked. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what?
Yeah. Which, once again, this kind of furthers my point where this is not an alliance. Yes. This is just a group of people who want returning players out, right? Because if this was an alliance, it's like, okay, we are in this together, right? And with alliances, you make sub-alliances and stuff. Clearly, there's none of that, because why would Jackson make this move? So basically to set up the stakes. So Simon has also said that if Jackson goes with him and ever reaches a 4-4 or a rock draw, he will draw Jackson's rock for him, right? Which I think that might have been a big selling point to do it at 9 as well. But yeah, like Jackson.
This is where being a newbie is not good, because if you don't know all the rules of the game, you're like, okay, yeah, sure, fantastic.
Yeah, but I think this is also where I'm not sure if Jackson's a fan or not, because I think if Simon tries making this like pitch to Sally, I think she's going, nah, you can't, because she knows how rocks work. I don't think Jackson knows how rocks work.
Obviously not.
Right.
So I think that's why someone's able to, mess with his brain a bit. But Richard, like, why? Jackson was in such a good spot. All eyes were on Mr. Ben. So if the newbies were to retaliate, Miss Ben will go before you do. With no offense to, obviously Icon, Queen Sally, and Caleb, Loz, and Cameron, Jackson looks like out of all of them, he might actually win a challenge. He's been pretty close a lot of times, so is Sally. Isn't this the better route for Jackson to go down on?
No, I think the returners got inside the newbies' head by saying that all of the decisions they're making as a voting block or trust cluster is shared amongst them all. So I think what's his name? Jackson wanted to differentiate himself by making a move that he can say it's his alone and vote out someone that's close. But I feel like he did it a bit too early. But we'll see if it works out for him if he makes it to the end.
Yeah, exactly. So Jackson will keep the returning player as shields. However, they're the only two players that have one immunity. Shields are great when you can safely drop them. Yeah, absolutely, Michelle. And I feel like at this point in the game, you can't keep shields.
Not when there's only 8. You really should get rid of the shields. However, if the shields are actually the one keeping you in the majority or even in the halfway point, you have to keep them, or else there's no chance if you get rid of your shields for you to get forward in the game. So there's a problem there in that. Sorry, we're only at episode 2, so I'm not going to go into 3. But Jackson making this move is something that he can bring up at Final Tribal if he gets there. And yes, everyone's saying, oh, Simon convinced you to do that. Yes, it's not personally Jackson's idea and his move, but he ended up going through with it and did it. So it is sort of his move in half and half sort of with Simon, but he's got to have something. I mean, what have the others got except for Sally?
Yeah. I don't think they really have anything. Because Cameron, he's been sort of floating in the majority, which, we argued this during the Merge Week recap, where it's it made, in my opinion, it made sense, right? All eyes are on Mark while you're still kind of finding your foothold and stuff like that in the Merge, especially after losing Lottie, right? You ride that train, right? But he's still riding that train, even at the final 8, right? Also, Caleb has Mark.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, he does have Mark.
Yeah.
Caleb has Mark.
It's similar to what Matthew did in Survivor UK with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But I personally do think that Chris deserved to win that season more than Matt. Did you guys watch Survivor UK?
Yes, I wanted Chris to win.
Yeah, I feel like it was maybe a modern Survivor jury or or even just an Australian Survivor jury. I feel like Chris might have won over Matt, but
actually, I really wanted Pegleg to win, but he didn't get up there. But anyway,
yeah, no, Pegleg was pretty great. Yeah, it would have been great.
Those were the 2 finalists.
No, it was a final 3, but it really came down to Matt and Chris pretty much. Spoilers, gosh, we spoiled the season that came.
No, I don't mind.
2 years old. It's all right.
But it's Loz doesn't really have anything, and Sally I feel like is playing a good management game. Social game, management game, which is managing the alliances and it's steamrolling forward. Because
and Cam doesn't have anything.
Yeah, Cam doesn't have anything, Loz doesn't have anything, and so when Jackson made this move, I was like, I understand it to make a move on your resume, but what is his path getting to the end, Michelle? Ignore what happens in the next episode. Is he just going to ride this forward to the end, let Simon and Brooke go after each other because, they're both doing it for their families, and then maybe end up at the end with either Simon or Brooke, or hope he wins final immunity, takes out the other returnee? What is Jackson's end goal here?
I don't know. I think he just thought he's on a stronger half, and to get rid of the others. But obviously that's not going to work now.
I think his plan is that from everyone that's in that alliance, the opposition is more likely to target Brooke and Simon before they target him, and he still has good relationships enough with the other side that when those two are out, he can still work with the other people, the newbies.
Yeah, 100%. And so Mr. Ben Michelle, he gets blindsided.
Yeah,
he gets blindsided in a 4-3-2 vote. Who would have thought? Once again, split the votes on Keely and Brooke. It's just like a never-ending equation.
Amazing.
It just never works out. But what did you think of Mr. Ben?
Look, he was so quiet at the beginning, and I wondered why he was only shown in challenges and being a challenge beast, and I thought, but we never get to see him or hear him. It was just that, and I thought maybe he's coming later. And yeah, boy, did he come later, and he was. I think he overstepped the mark in thinking he was amazing. A lot of people didn't like the way he was big noting himself over just a couple of basic moves, but he, I think, it was a good character, definitely.
Yes, yeah, he is.
And I think if he wasn't taken out, I think he would have been, a contender for being, doing really well at Final Tribal.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, there's low key like some sort of car crash or something that's just happened. I'm going to quickly close my window. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just take over.
Everything happens at his place. Like,
there's really something.
Place is crazy.
Remember when you told us about the onion going down the long road?
Yes. The onion. One time he had to go out to the street because there was a fire alarm, and I was left on the podcast talking by myself while he went outside. And then he got back on the podcast and he was outside in the street. It's
I wonder where he lives. Yeah, it's just Kiwi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm trying to understand who has the best chance of winning this season, because I look at Brooke. If she makes it to the end, it would be stupid that people let her get that far. But she has to win each and every immunity necklace, which I don't think she can. But And then from the newbies, Jackson is the best contender?
Look, if Brooke's there at the end, she wins hands down.
Yes.
No one else has a chance. If Brooke's out and Keely makes it to the end with anybody, I think Keely wins.
Yeah, because I think the jury will back her, like Brooke, Mark. They'll have an influence.
Yeah, exactly.
Jackson?
So Jackson only has a chance to win if Brooke and Keely are out, and him and Caleb probably have an equal chance, depending on what they do in the next few episodes. Like, it depends what happens.
Yeah. Mucky.
Yes.
You're back.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about who could possibly win at the end.
Okay, well, I do have the tier list actually made, so we'll bring that up once we do get towards the end of the podcast. But Ben was such a fun player this season. He went from being absolutely purple to the big love player merch leading the newbies. I wonder if maybe that just was his game, where like he was playing it safe, playing it cool, playing under the radar, just being the challenge beast guy, and then once the merge kicked in, he was like, hang on, we really need to sort out these returning players. I do wonder if maybe that final 12 vote, that was him really emerging as a player himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ben didn't know Survivor at all. He learned on the fly. We don't get those types in US Survivor anymore. Yeah, 100%. And as you bring up here, Caleb, love those types of players in Australian Survivor like Kirby and Luke. Yeah, like watching people who don't know anything about the game, like just, like it's just so much fun to watch. Yeah, Rob Benatale as well, the greatest first boot in Survivor history, right, Michelle?
Oh my God, yes.
Happy day.
Greatest first boot Survivor history. Hang on. Who went out first in US Winners at War?
It was Natalie Anderson, but I guess technically Amber.
Natalie Anderson and Rob wins. Sorry,
Rob, yeah.
Yeah, you reckon Rob Benatelli still?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and but I do love seeing players who don't know much about the game really excel at the game, and it's like they're learning on the fly. Because I do think it's like you don't overthink these things. You know, you just swing big. You know, you don't care about but what about my chances on this, that, and stuff like that. And do you guys see the static as well a wee bit?
Yeah, it's from one of you two. I don't know who
Right,
it is.
hang on. Just give me 1 second.
I'm fine here.
Can you still hear the static?
Oh, I think it's you, Mucky, because you just moved something and we heard it again.
Yeah, Mucky's the problem.
Is it me?
He's
Hang on.
always the problem.
I've just unplugged my mic. How's this?
Yeah, that's good right now. Yeah, just do that.
Okay, I've unplugged my mic. Yeah, it's because Loki, my earbuds have started to crap out. Like one works, the other one's really quiet.
Oh, that's
okay.
it. Oh no, there it is again.
Now, if I meet
Who is
Richard, is it Richard? Oh, you naughty boy, Richard! You know, trying to blame it on me. Trying to blame it on me because you.
Can you guys still hear the static?
Not right now, no.
Wait, let me try to do something. Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, it's my charger.
Yes.
It's my charger.
Charger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, laptop charger is magnetic. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Is my audio better now without my earphone and mic, or is it a lot better with the mic?
I can't tell the difference.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just talk like this, you know.
Yeah.
I don't like it into my ears, anyways. But anyways, what were we talking about? Survivor. There we go. We're here to talk about Survivor. Yeah, no, but yeah, really sad to see Mr. Ben go. I loved seeing how hard he was playing, how fast he was playing as well. He literally went from 0 to 100, right? And I just love when players do that stuff. And yeah, huge downfall. And once again, we're now in a position where the whole story is let's just target Simon and Brooke.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, you know, because it's 4-4. Both sides are talking about rocks. Do these guys even know what rocks is? I don't even know. Richard, would you ever go to rocks in Survivor?
No. I mean, I could do the first, like an equal split, yes. But going to rocks, like I'd never forgive myself if I went home because I, risked my chance for someone I just met 2 weeks ago. Like, screw that. I'd rather betray my alliance member than go for rocks. That's just me.
Yeah.
Lots at stake.
Never. I would never do
Never.
rocks. Never.
Never.
I don't want to go out.
Look at you guys.
Like,
Bunch of bloody whippers. I didn't realize I was podcasting about the chickens.
I'm not going out because of a piece of rock. I will go out because someone has voted me out or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would do all I can to stay in a game. I'm not going to pull a rock out of a bag.
It's already traumatic enough, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm going to make sure to quickly note down. Never rely on Michelle and Richard. Because when shit hits the fan, they're not going to have your back.
Gabe, no. It's not necessary.
The alliance lines are drawn. Flipping might lose you drew votes of your allies. 100%.
I cannot in my right mind go on a chance of a rock. Ever. I will never, ever do it.
Okay, can I share a really funny story?
Uh-oh.
And Michelle, I know you're going to cringe at this, but see, I used to play online Survivor games, right? I did a couple on Instagram, and I did one on Facebook. It's they're now called Expedition Online, but I played the game with them before they became Expedition Online. And in 2020, however, the game started as soon as I went straight back to uni because the COVID lockdown things have lifted up. Everyone else is still in lockdown, and they're all in bloody America. So I have to suit their bloody time zone. So pretty much I was inactive for majority of the game. Somehow I wasn't the first boot on the tribe. Our tribe just kept on losing. And one guy, his name was Dakota. Massive shout out to Dakota. he was the only one
I think I know
that
Dakota.
actually kept
I
on.
think I know him.
Yeah, same.
Sorry.
America? Nah,
Yeah.
surely. I don't think he does that many online games or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. But we'll chat afterwards. I'll drop the last name and everything.
I'm
But
going to search him.
anyway,
Keep
so
going.
basically, with this Mad Dog Dakota, he was the only one who actively stayed up late his time at night to chat with me during like my breaks at uni and all this kind of stuff. Mad shout out, massive dog, loved him, right? And his closest ally was this guy called Lane. He was getting targeted. It was like 3 votes were going on to him. And I was like, you know what? No. Dakota has been the only one that has put in the effort to actually chat to me, right? And even though I don't really know Lane, I'm going to go to Rocks for him because he's Dakota's boy.
I don't like Lane.
So it was the third round. It was the third round.
And
I went to Rocks, and I was the one that got rocked out.
See?
It was a
Stupid.
glitchiest rock draw.
Stupid.
Well,
You
no,
shouldn't
it was
have done
actually.
rocks.
Well, no, it was strategically smart because I couldn't be bothered.
Strategically stupid. You went out.
How
can it be smart?
Because I became a massive meme on that page for like a couple of years. When anytime Rocks was mentioned, everyone kept on tagging me. Still to this day, the admins of Expedition Online flick me a message anytime Rocks is mentioned. I got to leave before my uni work got like too intense because we're actually like filming stuff and whatnot at this point in time. And guess what?
What?
I didn't even have to bother playing. I didn't have to like log in to cast my vote or show up at tribal councils. You know, I got to go out in a legendary way.
You're saying it was a good thing because you became a meme.
Yes.
Jesus.
This is what made Simon so successful, Michelle. Are you saying that becoming a meme doesn't make you successful? Look at Simon's journey, his redemption journey. He went on with 2 idols in his pocket, the cookie idol not being real. This is what has made him a reality TV icon.
On a rock.
On the third vote.
Stupid play.
Stupid play. For a guy who I don't think I ever really chatted with. It was
He's not a nice person.
Because he was
Richard, I can't. Richard, I can't. I can't listen.
I'm like, I would sacrifice my game for you guys. So you guys wouldn't even bloody go to Rocks with me.
Let's move on. Move on.
Mike is nobody except Dakota. Yeah, I do love Dakota. Hopefully Dakota's doing really well. I haven't chatted to him in a while. Mad shout out to Dakota. Actually, someone from Instagram Survivor who I used to jam with literally reached out to me today being like, hey mate, it's been like 5 years. How's it going? It's going great. How are you doing? Yeah. Crazy times. Michelle, if you flipped and got to the end, how do you convince those allies you screwed over to vote for you to win? In the Rocket.
Because going to Rocks means that you don't care about your game. It means that you don't care enough if you go out. Going to Rocks means you don't care about winning. That's how I would. I mean, I would want to win. If there's no other way to explain it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's like you have your shot to really flip things around, you know, because I guess we might as well talk about it, right? Because this is the big part of the episode. Yeah. Let's move on to let's move back to what we're actually podcasting about here, guys. So it's Australian Survivor Redemption Week 3. Wait, no, it's Week 6. Sorry, I'm just all over the
third episode. We're doing Week 3.
Yeah, it's episode 12 to 15. But no, so anyway, so basically it's 4v4. So we've got Loz, Sally, Cam, Caleb. They're like, no, we've been trying to get rid of these returnees for so long. We have to go to Rocks. We have to be the 4 that wins out. And Simon, Jackson, Keelan, Brooke are like, nah, like we're finally off the bottom. We are the power players. We are the game players. We have to go to Rocks. And this is the big drama, pretty much all surrounding the episode as well. We'll talk about the loved one video messages a bit later on. Simon has bluffed that he'll draw a rock for Jackson, and it kind of seems like that Jackson doesn't know that's not going to happen really, because once again, that's Simon toying with the game of Survive and stuff because he's a returnee. Very smart play by Simon, I must say. And yeah, and Cam comes up an alliance to try and get the other side to split votes and stuff, but no, it doesn't work. 4 votes Simon, 4 votes Loz, because the game players want to kind of save Loz and the potential of a rock draw. And Brooke flips her vote to take out Simon. And last time Brooke's side lost a rock draw Michelle, it did not end very well for Brooke. She had to pretty much win out to get to the very end, and she lost to David at the final 4, and she got voted out and David won, right?
Yeah.
And she's once again in the exact same situation. The second she loses that challenge, she's gone.
I know.
And it's like with Simon, like obviously Simon, he's the game player. He perfectly understands the reason why Brooke voted him out and stuff. So I don't think it's going to hold it against her. But we saw what happened with Sian. She convinced the minority not to go to Rox or Jackie, and they scorched her on the jury. Right? I guess I'd love to hear from you guys. What was your guys' thoughts on Brooke turning on Simon here?
Yeah, look, I think it was the best decision for her because almost every challenge, even Simon the pre-merge, she was always the person that was up against Simon. And I think the necklace has only been won by them two, except maybe Sally. Yeah, but it's almost mostly been between the two of them. So I think individually, it's her best move because also Simon voted for her in the previous Trouble Council, but she has an opportunity to win out, and I think she might win the most, record amount of wins in International Survivor. So let's see how it goes.
Where's Useless when you beat him? I might quickly flick him a message now. How many immunities does Brooke need to be number 1 in the world? I'll just quickly.
I feel like she's won 3. Maybe she needs 3 more. Yeah, 3 more. And she can do it, actually.
Gosh, where do you, I need a speed dial.
It can't be challenges for a reward. It can only be immunity.
Yes.
Right, keep chatting. I'm messaging Useless.
Ferocious typing. Yeah, but
Gabe said human beings are emotional. You don't know if they'll hold it against your final tribal. Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah, so true. Except I can't in my right mind ever go to Rox and feel good about it and feel good about my game and about myself because I'm wiped out, basically. So I'd have to go for it and see if it works.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's such an interesting one, right? Where it's because I think for Brooke, right, in All Stars, she needed that majority to move forward together. And I think it's the exact same situation here. I think Jackson flips on her. Yes. I see Keely being like, look, sorry, Brooke, but I need to
progress.
I need you to here we go. Just got a message here from Useless. Brooke has the most in English-speaking Survivor games with 11 individual immunity wins total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but she has to break the 1 season most wins.
Yeah, and I'll have to confirm it with Useless overall. So Boston Rob has 9, so he's up there too overall. But I think when it comes to individual challenges across pre-merge, post-merge, rewards, all that stuff, Brian Lake actually has the most.
From?
I believe
really?
From season 3, Champions vs Contenders 1, because of all the 1v1s he did and stuff, he always won.
Okay.
And so when it comes down to his challenge-based points, Brian Lake actually has the most challenge-based points in the Useless Australian Survivor Fact stat. So
I think it's not really fair when you're going over multiple seasons, though. I'd like Brooke to win the most in one season and be a record for that one season. Yes. Hopefully she can do it with this one.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, because she's one pre-merge, 2 post-merge, 3 so far.
Feels like 3. 4.
She either has 3 or 4. Hang on.
Yes.
Let me. I should just send Useless the link at this point.
Put him on the podcast.
Exactly.
Say, can you just come on to YouTube right now so we can ask you and you can answer in the chat?
Yeah.
I think the moment Brooke loses that immunity necklace, I think it makes sense for everyone to try get rid of her. But then she has the half idol, which is
Yeah, and then Kaylin does currently hold the record with 7 individual immunities in one
I
season.
almost forgot about Kaylin.
Now, apparently Brooke is way off. Apparently, she won't be able to do it this season. Because what you got, the final 7, final 6, final 5. Michelle, do you know if maybe the season's a final 3 or final 2?
I have no idea. Tess?
No idea.
Where's Tess?
Where's Tess? I'm flicking Tess.
Where's Tess gone? We need to know if it's a final 2 or 3.
Boom. Oh my god.
So what are we on? We're on 7. And if one goes 6, 5, 4.
Oh, sorry, hang on. I got Useless' stats wrong. Hang on. So Shine has won 23 challenges and Champions vs. Contenders 1, so that's the most in the season. And Simon finished with 20 challenges this season.
20?
Does that include treble wins?
Like that?
No, that includes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
wins.
I'm pretty sure it includes like 1v1 matchups, treble
All right,
wins.
we're going to have to do this off.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring Useless on another podcast and just break down all the different stats on all the players. But yes, no. First of all, I just want to say really quick before we do move on. Really devastated for Simon here. What a run for Simon, right? You know, he played Brains vs. Brawn 1. He got blindsided with 2 idols in his pocket. Was like the biggest underdog that season alongside George. The story's actually been very much alongside George, actually, across Brains vs. Brawn 1, which is like kind of funny to see. Heroes vs. Villains came back, was the top dog, you know, starting out, but then everything just came crumbling down once he found that cookie idol, and it's been one of the biggest things that has haunted him, right? You know, throughout his Survivor career, and I assume his life as well. You know, he just wants to play an idol correctly. He's a big fan of the game. He comes back this season, redemption. He's leading the tribe, 8 in the challenges, actually pulls off a massive blindside on Usher, blindsiding her with Blanche's idol in her pocket as well. Massive tick for Simon. He, you know, wins a lot of individual immunity challenges, makes it, you know, more days than George, finally overtakes George in something, and what a great bloke as well.
Yeah.
Love Simon to bits. He's always been so kind. I even sent him a voice message just before as well. We went live. He was the first player that I ever had a proper conversation with, like online. And then, because at the time, the snuff company wasn't shipping hats to New Zealand. So yeah, he went out of his way to, like, you know, give me his address and then ship it to his house and stuff. Simon's a legend. He shouted me a beer as well when we met up in Brizzy. That was pretty bloody cool. Can't go wrong with a cheeky beer. And yeah, I think Simon is one of the best characters to ever play Australian Survivor. What about you guys?
I think he came into this game, him and Brooke, came into this game and played an awesome pre-merge game in that they were not totally out there, so they didn't get themselves targeted. They played so under the radar that their social games must have been amazing, that no one really, they talked about them, but they didn't go all out to try and get them out. So I think, you know, they did a fantastic job pre-merge.
Yeah, 100%. How about you, Richard? What's your thoughts on Simon here?
Yeah, I think from all the returners, Simon was the most likable, and I think he probably did the most job compared to his other seasons, like the best job. So yeah, I think he's definitely the highlight of the season from the returners. But then again, Brooke is giving him competition. But yeah, Simon's been really lovely to watch. Good redemption story.
I mean, I think just the thing about Simon is that he's so easy to root for because he's just a massive fan like us. He wants to create great TV. He wants to play the game hard, and yeah, he's given the fans pretty much what they want, right? And it just sucks that I mean, it's been part of his journey. I think why we love him so much is because normally a tall, strong, super buff guy, players like a David, like a Henry, like a Luke, normally finds control in their tribe, like your Robs, and just dominates. But Simon's one of those rare cases where he's always struggled with that for some reason. It's always like the underdog. It's almost like flipping expectations, right? And yeah, I think Simon's just the massive G. And sad to think that this might be, because he's even said to me as well that that this is it. Yeah, maybe Australia vs World 2 or something like that. I could see maybe wanting to come back, but how do you feel about if this is truly the end of Simon, his arc, his story, his character? Like, final thoughts on Simon?
I wouldn't mind him being in Australia v World if there is one, but otherwise I think he really just did such a good job that he did redeem himself this season, and I think he should be happy with what he has done now and not have that cloud hanging over him of going out with so many idols and the problems that he's had in other seasons. I think he's done a good job to fix all that. Yeah,
100%. And as Gabe says, what a run for Simon. Had a better experience this season. He laid low, had an awesome social game at Merger, got messy, but still an awesome journey. He's the Australian survivor, most loved himbo. Yeah, 100% agree. And is he a top 10 player after the season? I think character-wise, he's definitely up there with one of the best, but top 10.
He's a contender because of how he played pre-merge,
Yeah. How about you, Richard?
Yeah, this season. I thought initially meant all time. I was like, I don't know. But this season, it's definitely top 3.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I mean, all of Australian Survivor?
Top 10.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think he's a contender, but I don't know. I'd have to.
Yeah.
God, that would be a nightmare to try and work out the top 10.
Michelle, we've just done season rankings. You don't remember everyone's games?
Let's not do individual rankings. No,
it is a lovely guy.
I'm not doing it.
We'll do. I'll make a new tier list. Let's go through every single player this season.
Jesus, I need a life.
God! Look, your school holidays now. You've got all the time in the world.
I'd like some holidays. In the holidays.
You're saying that spending time with us isn't a holiday for you, Michelle?
Oh, jeez.
It never feels like a day in the office for me, because I'm with my 2 favorite people. So
that's kind. Thank you. Yeah, Gabe. Not for non-winners. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I love how Michelle was very quickly to move on the subject. Oh, that's kind of feel that way. Anyways, moving on for
I don't know. Gabe's really putting out the
good players, maybe top 20 characters is up there for non-winners. Yeah. Right. Some other stuff did happen this episode. I know V wouldn't have given 2 craps about it, but the loved one video message from home.
Oh, yeah.
How great was that? V, she never cries. She's very heartless. That V, adore V, but she never cries at these family visits. But seeing Simon burst into tears like that, seeing Brooke burst into tears like that, it really hit home.
I didn't cry either because I don't cry on those family things ever. I'm like V.
Anyways, Richard, so it's just us now. It's just the people with.
I don't. Honestly, I
don't. Are you
don't.
crying now?
I don't have that in me. But I did tear up when Simon left because that was really sad. I didn't want Simon to leave. And then when the person on US Survivor, that made me tear up as well when they left. And it was like, geez, 2 in 1 week. Come on.
It's sad.
Yeah. It's a sad life we're living, guys. All of our favorite players, the best. Time from Survivor. Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. But yeah, and as Gabe says here, Brooke's worst luck was finding a half idol in front of her number 1 enemy in Cameron. Cameron's an interesting one I do want to talk about for a quick. Like, Michelle, I think I've read through the edit enough. I think Cameron this entire time has just been playing the returnees. I think he actually never really wanted to work with them, but
Yeah,
he's been a
definitely.
bit all over the place. It seems like he wants to work with them, but then doesn't want to work with them. Like, what is Cameron's game so far, in your opinion?
Well, we haven't seen a lot of him.
Same, yeah.
And then when he does talk to someone, it's a lie. So
Yeah,
it's, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I mean, if we see more, maybe we'll understand a bit more. But at the moment, is he talking to anyone and being truthful? Like, I don't know.
He's underwhelming, and I think if he makes it to the end, he's not going to win because I don't know. I don't feel anything. Yeah.
Interesting comparison here. To me, Cameron feels like South Pacific Albert, promises things for people at the bottom, never does anything. Yeah. It is a little bit like that, eh? Like, I think Cameron's really nice. I think he's a great bloke, but like, that is kind of true. Like, he wants big moves. He wants to make his mark on his game, but then he always pulls out. Always pulls out, you know? Yeah. And also in hindsight, it's great that Cameron thinks there's a full idol. It gives her implicit immunity until she finds the other half. Well, in the next time on, it looks like Caleb might find the other half.
Yeah.
Because
he's probably going to be screaming in the
chat. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be screaming. Yeah, hang on. I've been meaning to make this into a meme. I'll quickly find this video. But yeah, it's like the thing about with like it was this next time on, Brooke and Caleb having this chat where Brooke says, I need the half idol, and Caleb says, no, I need it.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that Caleb must find the other half.
Yes.
Why would Caleb need it?
Like, but he's not going to give it to a returning player because they've been on opposite sides of the lines. It'd be stupid to.
No. I'd have to steal it. She better steal it.
She
Go in his bag and get it out. If he's got it. Wait till he goes to sleep. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Here we go. I found a video of Caleb in the Wild. Actually, right. Are you guys ready? You guys might have already seen this in a different time, but here's Caleb in the Wild every time he has a confessional.
All the time.
Ah!
I can't.
All the time. Ah! I found an idol! Yeah. No, I love Caleb's energy. It's so great.
Can you please make that into a meme tonight and put it on my page? Put it in my group. That'd be fun.
Brandon's going to be pissed. Oh, so Australian memes is going to be pissed. Different people.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. I make the video content. He makes the post content. You know, it's how it's like you can copy my homework, but don't make it too obvious. You know,
okay.
That's how it all goes. But yeah. Anyways, what is the great Gabe saying? Caleb is holding that thing hostage, 100%. You know, like I would never give it up if I was Caleb.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
You'd never give up half idol because the thing is, obviously, it's great having an idol. I think Caleb, you know, would be a great person to have an idol because you never know what he's going to do with it. But I think Brooke, she definitely needs it, and I think, I don't know. Like we'll obviously talk about once we get to them. Once we get to the tier list, obviously we can talk more about it. But I think Brooke's in so much trouble, especially if she does not get that other half idol. I think she's cooked. And I think once the information comes out, it's a half idol as well. Right now she can play it off as a full idol, but the information comes back out, I think she's pretty cooked. Yeah.
Gabe says you can't steal idols. I don't know. No one hasn't ever been stolen. How do you know it can't be stolen?
No, there was a rule. I can't remember which season it was.
No one's ever stolen an idol.
No, in Survivor South Africa, there used to be a rule that idols could be stolen, but then after that, there's been a revision that idols are not transferable unless it's done before Tribal Council. Yes. Yes. Because remember, in Australian Survivor, when someone was voted out, they could give the idol to someone else, but they stopped that rule. Yeah.
Yeah, because they realized it was stupid. Yeah. Once again, Australian Survivor, They do a twist. Fans don't like it. They get rid of it. They don't try and gaslight you into thinking it's great and you're wrong. Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. Anyways, let's quickly move on to it's the tier list.
Yeah.
That's right, baby. We've brought back Michelle. Can you see it this time?
Yes, I can.
You can. Awesome. So we've got
and our runner-up's gone.
Runner-up's gone. Well, let's quickly go through.
Not good.
We lost Blanche this week. Sucks. We lost Blanche. You know. Like it sucks that she got a purple edit.
Ben.
Really great, really lovely. Then we lost Mad Dog, Mr. Ben himself. You know what? All Stars 2, next redemption, between places. I'd like to see Mr. Ben come back. How about you guys?
He was fun, especially in the second half.
Yeah.
If he plays it like he did in the second half, absolutely bring him back. And last but not the least, you save the best for last, Mad Dog Simon. Once again, so gutted to see Simon gone. So gutted to see him. To see one of the biggest legends ever. But here we have it, guys. Clearly you did great. Keely first boot. Pre-merge Cameron, Sally, Michelle. I'm still blaming this one on you. Sally pre-merge. Loz pre-merge. Brooke jury dirty. Cameron jury dirty. Jackson jury dirty. Well, let's quickly break it down with everyone. And
we're not doing well.
We're just going to say a number, right? 1 to 7, right? Where do you think Brooke is going to land?
4.
I think 4 too.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, pretty cooked. How about Caleb?
Top 3.
Yeah, 3.
3? What about Jackson?
1.
I think he's the winner too.
Yeah.
What about
I just
Keely?
don't see. I don't know. I think Keely's like 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
her story, from the newbies, she has the most different story. So yeah, she'd have the best shot.
I suppose if Brooke wins immunity, they're going to get Keely out next.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 7, 6.
Yeah. So we've got 1, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'd put her at 7.
7.
If Brooke wins, yeah.
Yeah. What about Cameron?
0 vote finalist. If he makes it, there's a goat. But yeah,
I think someone else is 0 vote finalist, but we'll get to them in a second. I think it's like 6th or 5th.
6. Yeah, 6.
How about you, Michelle?
Yeah, probably. Oh,
Sally?
I really don't know. Yeah.
Sally,
and
I
then,
think.
and then if he goes, then Loz will probably be 5th.
Well, I think Loz is the 0 vote finalist.
She's not.
Really?
She's not terrible socially. I think
I'm not saying she's terrible, but it's like I think
what's her resume?
Even Simon said it. What is her resume?
Yeah, you're right.
Like I think she's got a good redemption story. I think like obviously I'm here rooting for the Kiwis and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I don't know. It's like why vote out Loz, but why give Loz a vote to win? That's just my only like. Even during the rock draw, they only voted for Loz, hoping that she wouldn't get voted out. They just wanted to save her from the rock draw.
Yeah, but I've always found the social players to be dangerous because my view on Survivor is that sometimes it doesn't matter how many immunity challenges you win. It doesn't matter how many strategic moves you've made. But if you're just likable and you make it to the end, you have a shot. Yeah. Likability is all that matters. I mean, Sandra won twice, so yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. But I feel like if Brooke gets to the end, she wins. I think if Keely gets to the end, she wins. I think if Jackson gets to the end, he has a very strong chance of winning. I think if Sally gets to the end, she might have a story on winning, unless if she's there with Brooke, Jackson, or Keely. Yeah. I think Caleb probably might have a chance on winning. And then it's just Cameron and Loz at the bottom.
Yeah, you're right.
Just what game have they played, So everyone else can at least say up move or stuff that they have done.
Yes.
So I feel like Cameron and Loz, with no disrespect to them, it seems like they have just gone all the way through.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah. And whoever can beat Brooke in immunity has to be Sully or Loz. That player will be second place. Caleb has the best resume of the past. Yeah, I'd say Caleb potentially winning, but I don't know. I just feel like the edit's just not really supporting him at the moment, you know? Yeah. That's sort of just how I'm feeling. But how wrong were we, Michelle, on Keeley?
Yeah, marginally, yeah.
Yeah. We were so wrong on
What
Keeley.
is crazy.
Oh, God. Yeah. Because there's just nothing about her. Pre-season, there's absolutely nothing. And here she is, literally one of the best newbies to ever play this season. But just before we do wrap something up, I've got something special for you guys. Right, I've got something very special. I've been so excited to end this podcast. Michelle, I can tell you're tired. I can tell you want to go so badly, but you're not going to leave just yet. All right.
What's happening?
So the song
this is based off one of my favorite Instagram accounts. It's called Great Advice for Shitty People. But here I'm going to read out to you guys great advice for shitty Survivor players.
You need to follow it.
Right. And I've got, I reached out to a whole bunch of people as well. They've given me some great advice to give to shitty Survivor players. So here we go. So here's one from me. Ask someone how to spell their name just before Tribal Council.
Yeah.
Here's one from our dear friends over in the UK. Make it to merge. Take on a leadership role and spend all your time just making the shelter.
Yep.
Don't invite, just make the shelter. Wash your clothes in the well.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll go down really well. And also sit out as many challenges as you can when you are one of the strongest members on the tribe. That'll be quite a dick move there. Yeah. Fill everyone's water bottles up with salt water.
Yes.
that'll be a very dirty one. And here's some from some of the players actually on the season.
Oh.
Vote out a player just to get their jacket.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a famous one. And this one,
I give it to you.
Yeah. And this one, I feel like it comes with a wee bit of trauma, but take the Flint to Tribal Council.
That never works out.
That one came from our other cash flow rich friend as well. Here we go. Here's one from our dear friend Simon. Tell someone they're getting blindsided when they already know that they're copping some votes.
Yeah.
That's a real doozy here. Here's another great one. Forget a player's name and then tell said player that you're voting for them.
I don't know your name, but I'm voting for you.
Exactly. And one final one. Every time you win immunity, just spend the strat chat going around from group to group and just gloating on how you're safe tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. Some great advice for some shitty Survivor players. Like, if anyone in the chat has thought of some, make sure you comment down below what are some great advice for shitty people, or flick me a message at Mucky Hope Productions on Instagram if I can find it. There we go. The most professional podcast of all time. The most cheekies and naughties podcast of all time. If you have any great advice for shitty Survivor players, flick us a message at Mucky Hope Productions and I'll read them out in next week's live. But speaking of next week's live, Michelle, what have you got going on next week?
Well, I'm going to the Sydney Royal Easter Show, which is it's basically a 12-hour trek. I'm there for 12 hours doing lots of different things. But on Tuesday, I have been asked to test some challenges for Canberra Survivor, which is going on next weekend. So I've been asked with 3 other players who play games to go and test the challenges and see what they're like and see if there's any problems. So that should be fun. That's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I am very bad at anything that has the balls. You know that thing where they had the tree and they had to get the ball in, like Simon did really well? I cannot keep a ball on one of those things. There is something wrong in my brain. I can't
You're really bad at handling balls?
Yeah, just grab the balls.
Very bad.
But you're really bad at the balls?
You know the thing that Brooke was good at? Yeah. So I'm not bad at that because I sort of hold it forward like Simon was doing in the challenge. And then I was told, no, I wasn't allowed to put it forward. I had to put it back up. So then, of course, it rolled off. But I was wondering why they were allowed to do it on the Real Survivor. And I couldn't do it in a real game. But on the Real Survivor, putting it forward is definitely an advantage than having it just straight up. If you look at the footage, Rich, and it shows from the side, Simon's definitely got it forward.
Oh, I'll check. That's a good hint, yeah.
Yeah.
And Michelle, I think there's also another thing you've got exciting happening next week as well.
Oh, that's on Friday. Yes, the finale party of Australian Survivor, which they haven't done. I think they did one in 2017, but the public wasn't allowed. This is like the public are allowed to go.
They did one in 2020 for All Stars, but that was like during COVID, so like half the cast I don't think was even there.
Yeah, and public isn't allowed to go. Like this time, the public tickets were gone in 4 hours. It was quick.
Yeah, I'm once again so jealous that I won't be able to go and join you for that, Michelle. But I know it's going to be an absolute blast. So make sure you take a lot of cool fun, cheeky photos, cheeky pics. Yes. How about you, Richard? What have you got going on for, anything cheeky and or naughty planned up?
Nothing much. It's Easter weekend. Trying to plan a party today. Then maybe go to church on Sunday. Who knows? We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, not much cheeky naughty things from my end. I've been head down, ass up, working like a trucker. Just absolutely going to town. But something that is kind of cool though. I've been going on a massive nostalgia kind of trip recently because Richard, I assume you would have enjoyed the same shows. Were you like a Nickelodeon fan in like the mid 2000s and stuff?
Yeah. I grew up watching them. Yeah.
So there was like a TikTok thing that went viral recently with Drake Bell, from Drake and Josh, and Victoria Justice went back to the original Nickelodeon studio.
Oh, I don't think I've watched that.
You didn't watch Drake and Josh and
it wasn't
whatever the show Victoria was in. I know she was in a show.
Victoria Falls.
Was it Victoria Falls? I don't know. See,
I don't know.
Proving how old I am. I don't even remember the shows. But anyways, it's been a mad trip seeing all that stuff again, seeing Victoria Justice and Drake Bell. Drake and Josh was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. So it's been crazy seeing all that. But nothing really too cheeky or naughty happening on my end, unfortunately. You're going to have to spice it up in a hot second. But if you are watching and new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button for some cheeky naughty times. There's a link down below as well to join Michelle's Facebook Australian Survivor fans group as well. Make sure you join that to join in the live chat for every single episode because it is an amazing fun time. I really have been enjoying the chats this season, Michelle.
Yeah. I know, they've been fun.
They've been really fun. Yeah. And until next time, everyone, I've been your host, Mucky Hope, Kakite Anor, and I'll catch you all in the next live. Take it easy, guys. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.